Do you think it adds production value with the plant? Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey everyone, it's Tara Stiles. Hope you're having an amazing day so far, wherever you are. So I'm checking in with this vlog with you guys to say hi and catch up. I hope you're enjoying the 4-week prenatal series if you are in fact pregnant or thinking about conceiving or in the process of trying to conceive or just want to feel good with some easygoing yoga. Honestly, it's all good for everybody. So yeah, that's that. Gosh, it's been a busy last couple weeks, I guess. We were in LA. Deepak Chopra has this amazing symposium pretty much every year called Sages and Scientists. If you guys don't know about it or heard me talk about it before, or heard anybody else talk about it before, it's this really cool event where he brings together lots of different thought leaders from the scientific world, people researching things like well-being and health and disease and chronic illness, and also a lot of people researching consciousness and the idea that they call the hard problem. Who is listening, who is watching, who am I, all of that, the mind and the brain and the body. So very, very cool stuff. And I had the honor to guide everybody through yoga one morning, which was really nice. We started in the dark and then the sun came up, which is always exciting. So we had some easygoing Strala flow to help experience all of these questions and all of these really interesting things that were discussed at the conference. So I love this idea of actually getting to experience them in our bodies. I think that really obviously helps with coming up with great solutions and coming up with ways to connect to ourselves and connect to each other by literally getting into our bodies. So that was awesome, and it was the first time he had the conference in Los Angeles. Usually it's in down in San Diego at La Costa at the Chopra Center, which is really fun too. But it keeps expanding every year, of course, because all things that are amazing usually expand, as well as the universe. So it was kind of neat to be in LA. And while I was there, so the last day after the event was over, I was texting with my friend Laura Miller. I guess I can call her my friend. I made friends with Laura Miller. I should probably watch this video and be like, why are you talking about that? I made friends with Laura Miller literally online, how we make lots of friends these days. And I guess a couple years ago, and I was a fan of her work, and really I think what really drew me to her was how she is in her own body and how she is with presenting her work. At the time she was doing, and she still is obviously, but a lot of really fun, upbeat how-to cooking videos, and they're really informative and awesome, but I just loved how she was, how irreverent she was, and not precious she was about making healthy foods and a lot of raw vegan foods as well. So I wrote her a little message and said, can we be friends? And I think we had, the first time we met was in San Francisco. I was there for an event, and we had dinner together and kind of giggled a lot and became buddies. But she lives in LA now with her awesome husband, Eric. So and I'm in New York, so we don't get to see each other a whole lot. So I texted her to see if we could maybe get together for lunch or tea or something like that, or a hike, which is a cool thing that people in LA get to do. They get together for a hike. In New York, we get together for a coffee or maybe a walk along the river. That's nice. But no, Laura is doing an amazing new show on her YouTube channel. I'll put a link to it somewhere here if I can figure out how to do that. I need a YouTube support kid to come over to my house, one of these up-and-coming YouTube superstars, to show me where to put everything and how to make everything be awesome on YouTube. Because even though I started making YouTube videos back in the day, 2007, I didn't keep up with all the awesome stuff. So come on over if you want to come over and show me how to make it all snazzy. But I'll try to figure it out. So Laura Miller's channel, and her new show is called Talking in Circles, and it's amazing because she's dealing with this entire topic of self-care and mental health, and it's been going on once a week. She premieres a new episode on her channel, and I checked it out a little bit before I was going to get to see her, and of course I've been watching the show and thinking it's really neat getting a bunch of different kinds of people to share about their perspectives of all different kinds of topic. But the real through line is speaking to people that have any sort of issue or anxiety or stress or actual illness, whatever it is, really creating this conversation around those topics that can be a little bit a stigma or a little bit of a where people shy away from. So good job, Laura Miller. You're freaking awesome. I love you. So of course I want to go for a hike with Laura, and she says, "Why don't you come be on my show? We're filming on September 11th at my house at nighttime." I was like, "Oh gosh, really? I'm gonna go to your show? That's so cool." So I went over, and she's adorable, of course, in person. And her husband Eric was, reminded me a lot of Mike when I'm kind of doing my thing, and Mike's kind of helping out. He was bringing heaters out for everybody and getting food and drinks for everybody, and just basically being awesome. And he's really big into the music scene. I don't know a lot about the music scene, but I know he's a big deal. And I know they collaborate a little bit with the show, the music that's on the show. So his name is Eric, but his name is Ricky Reed. So if you know about music, I'm sure you know about Ricky Reed. And if you know about all things cool, you know about Laura Miller. So anyway, so that show is coming up in the next, several shows. So make sure you subscribe to her channel so you can see all the shows. And if you do have any issues, or you want to seek further consultation and resources for mental health, go to their website. It's linked on their show, and her website it's beautiful. It has lots of different free resources and local resources for people that are interested in seeking help for different communities and different mental health issues. So I just think that's awesome. So yeah, I was going around talking about stuff, and these things are fun because she's taking people from different industries that are known for music and arts and filmmaking and cooking and whatever I'm doing, yoga and well-being and all of these things, and we're talking about things that aren't our usual topics. So yeah, it's interesting to have these personal sharing moments, and also just really talking about these issues that can hopefully help a lot of people and help people feel better in their lives. So yay, talking in circles. All right, that's my Laura movement, talking in circles. Anyway, so I actually got inspired by Laura, and I wrote down some topics for you guys here, because I always do these video blogs and then I forget what the heck I'm talking about. So I wanted to talk about Laura. I wanted to talk about Deepak conference. I wanted to talk about these prenatal videos that I'm doing on YouTube. I also have a bunch on the StralaYoga.com site that are a bit longer and a bit more involved as well. And if you subscribe to my newsletter, you know that I've turned over a new page in that really saw the value in sharing things that are more personal and a little bit more connected for myself and more connected to you guys as well. So I shared this story on how I got pregnant. Don't worry, it's not TMI, I hope. But really this idea of creating space to be over creating space to achieve. And if you've been following along with Strala over the last decade, or even if you're coming on board now and doing any of these videos, hopefully you're experiencing this sensation of moving how it feels good, being easy in your body, working with the ideas of natural movement. This is something we developed over a long time and really laboratoried out, if you will. And the result is people have this amazing sense of space and ease in their life. And the cool thing is, in the instruction, we never say it in the class, we don't need to write on the door, no judgment, we don't need to write on the door, don't compare yourself. It's simply in the ingredients of what we're doing as guides. So because of this practice, I've created for myself as well lots of space to achieve in the last decade or so, and I've been very busy, so busy I haven't made YouTube videos in a long time, but very busy helping people with Strala and really allowing that fuel to serve my intention. I love going around and helping other people feel good in their bodies so they can achieve their biggest potential in their lives, and that's really the best way I feel like I can serve, whether that's through Strala Yoga classes or eating well or listening or any of the other areas and topics that I speak to. That's really what I've been kind of out there in the world achieving, if you will. So achieving with all of you. And that's going to be very busy. You know, I've written 6 books in the last few years and traveled to many countries, and we have Strala studios around the world. Always having new websites and new ways to communicate with all of you, and it's all really grounded in this intention to help people connect. And so that's what's really kept me going all these years and keeps me going. You know, every single day I wake up just excited to help myself feel good and then share that with everybody as well. So I think that's an endless well to pull from for me, and it's really cool to share that with people through these classes because they connect to their endless well of sharing and giving and creating space to achieve in the world. Now, coming back to this idea of Mike and I getting excited to start a family, I had to look at, oh my gosh, I'm creating all this space to achieve. Basically, my plate is full, it's over full. Stuff's coming off the sides, mashed potatoes and spinach and everything. And I think that it's very important to create space to also be at certain points in your life. It's not always appropriate. Last 3-4 years traveling around the world was very sort of creating space to achieve and cheerleading everybody on and really getting energized about all those things that we were doing. But I knew starting a family needs a different focus for that. So creating space to simply be and to be okay in my body, to be okay in my mind, and to be okay with actual space. So creating the space, and there it is, and then simply reveling in that space, relaxation and meditation and literally just being here now, as Ramdas says. So again, if you read my newsletters, you know all of the details. And if you don't subscribe to my newsletters, you can go to tarastiles.com, or I'll put it somewhere here, and you can sign up at the top. I send them out once a week, or maybe not all the time once a week, because I really want them to be authentic, and I don't want it to turn into some sort of machine as well, and how that lose that authenticity. But I do archive the last few, and I haven't been posting them online to keep them really conversational between us. So feel free to respond. I do read all of the responses. I try to respond to some of them, especially if you're asking questions or sharing a personal story. That's wonderful, and it's just been amazing to have that interaction as well. So creating space to be. I slashed my schedule. I changed my local business completely. I started spending a lot more time resting. I started getting an actual good amount of time of sleep every night. I went from probably 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, occasionally 6 hours was a good night, to a full 7 or 8 hours most nights. And I just started to feel better. And some time went by, and that led to a little baby inside. So there you go. I talked a little bit about it in my last video blog with you guys, but it was when I found out I was pregnant. I didn't even really think that I was pregnant that month, and we'd been trying, but I said, I don't want to take a test. And Mike encouraged me. He said, we're going to Asia for 4 weeks for a bunch of different events, and we're going to need to have a doctor's appointment when we get back if you're pregnant. And I said, I don't really want to take a test, go to the drugstore, get a whole pregnancy test. We're busy packing and I want to create space to be. But I took a test just in case, and I was pregnant. So flying all around the world, seeing the people at Strala Barcelona, and then all over Asia, Strala Singapore. Didn't make it to Strala Tokyo this time, hopefully on the next trip with the little one. All over Asia for some other events with W Hotels and Reebok, and then Sydney, Australia, and then back through Europe a little bit, and then back, and then we did make the doctor's appointment, so that was good. But now I'm almost halfway here, so tomorrow will be 20 weeks. Gosh, it's just flown by, literally, and I can't believe babies grow so fast inside. It's insane. So anyway, so that's that. What else is happening? We've done so many programs this year for Strala. We have one starting tomorrow. It's called the Ready to Lead program. It's here in New York City. If you're in New York and you want to join in, go to the website. You can send us an email. We might be able to find you a last minute spot. But yeah, it starts tomorrow and it goes for a solid 2 weeks. And we've been doing these programs all around the world. We have a few coming up before our little baby comes out, and then we're taking a little break until next fall. So if you want to jump on board, they're amazing. They're great for anybody that wants to move a little bit easier in your life, feel better, feel more connected to yourself, become the best leader that you're capable of in your life, for yourself and for whatever you're doing. So there's a lot of people that join to become Strala guides or to improve their leadership through their teaching of fitness or mindfulness or yoga or meditation. And there's a lot of people, probably even more, that are coming now that are running the business of themselves. So they're in this program to feel better and essentially be the boss of their own life and really lead their family well or lead their small business or big business well. So it's incredible to see this transformation with the program over the years. It's a lot about leadership. It's a lot about being easy in your body and being the example. So we practice a ton. We get in our bodies a ton, and we do a lot of work with each other as well, a lot of group work. So yeah, join in. I'll talk about this all day. If not, you can get me going on that. So join in. New York is coming up tomorrow, and then we go to London. I'm sorry, it's all filled up, and that's in October. And then Berlin, we have some spots available as well. Beautiful studio in Berlin. That's coming up in November. And in December in New York, there's a 2-day intensive, which is really a nice introduction and a nice retreat for yourself. So check out stralayoga.com for that, and it's in these links above here as well. Yeah, so yesterday I was shooting a bunch of more prenatal videos, feeling really good and being easy in my body. There's a new class coming out that I put together for you guys on Mind Body Green, and it's really geared for anybody that's either at any stage of thinking about trying to conceive or thinking about starting a family, to anybody having any struggles along that process. It's not always happening right away. I can relate to that for sure. And wherever you are, if you are pregnant or newly pregnant, to support you at all stages of that pregnancy and afterwards as well. It's great for partners, so I dragged Mike in to support me in one of the flows as well. We came up with a really cool partner practice, flowing together, really moving side by side with your partner in the Strala way. Feels fantastic, and then some movements where your partner can support you and lean on you in this way where it feels good for you and feels great for your partner. So that's something really special to Strala when it comes to touch and support. It's a much bigger philosophy based on East Asian healing. The giver and the receiver are both receiving and giving at the same time. So in more, American ways to touch people in a fitness or yoga class, it's more about kind of aligning somebody's body externally or moving somebody's arm in a way where you would want the arm to go. We see that as manipulative, honestly, and true alignment actually comes from the inside out. So touching somebody in a way where you're bringing your whole self to the person actually allows the space for them to align themselves from the inside out. So we're big on alignment. We're big on not manipulating people as well. So check that out. Again, I get really excited about this stuff. So that's included in the training program as well. We have the best shiatsu practitioner and healer in the world, Sam Berlin. I'm lucky to have him a part of our faculty. He gives us 2 full days where we workshop, touch, and support with ourselves and with each other in groups. So yeah, that's that. And I'm having an Arnold Palmer. These are my cocktails these days. All right. It's an iced tea lemonade for a nice day here in New York City. So I'll see you soon. Here's my lime tree. And here's my notes. I'll see you guys really soon. More videos coming your way. Please write any comments you have below, any requests, and make sure to check out stralayoga.com for some longer videos. And let me know anything I can help you guys with. I'm here for you. And thank you for joining me if you're just tuning in now, first timer, or if you've been here all along from the get-go. You're awesome. And I hope to see you really soon in person. Internet meets real life. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye. What do you think our kid is going to look like?